Greetings, YouTube. It is I, Zach. One of them, at least. I mean, there are many, of course, but, yeah, I am one of them, I think. And that is what truly matters. Anyways, I haven't really made, like, a gaming video in a while because, lack of motivation and all that jazz. But thanks to this nifty little game called Pokémon Unity, I'm back to it. Disclaimer, I don't have a method currently of recording my voice while playing, so this is a pre-recorded match. But regardless, I'm going to be giving out some active commentary on it as we go along. With that in mind, let's get right to it. By the way, while we're on this waiting screen, because it does take a bit to find a match, can we just appreciate the absolute drip on my little mini-me? Because I appreciate it very much. Okay, here we go. So we're deciding characters here, and I noticed that Gengar and Absol are both in the match. I was a bit worried that Jungle would be contested, but luckily Absol decided to play on hard mode and went top path. With top path taken, it wasn't optimal to choose Cram or Machamp, so I went with my boy Venu instead. I was hoping for Blissey to lane with me, and thankfully they did by process of elimination, so things were looking pretty good to start. Starting Blissey was a little aggressive with the farm, but that's okay. A healthy Blissey is a healthy team. We were ready to get that middle Adino, but as you can see, Snorlax and Hoopa had other plans. We tried to fight them for a bit, but, it didn't really work out. I mean, the matchup's just not favorable, so we had to do a quick little retreat back to base. Once we got a little bit more health and got back in the chase, we figured we could probably get that middle Adino, but Raboot came in and decided to be a menace to society, so things got a little complicated, and, I had to retreat. With the disadvantageous position we were in, Raboot was in a great spot to just steal our farm, which they succeeded in doing to an extent. They took half of it, but, that's okay. There were avenues to catch up, so I wasn't too worried about it. I headed up to the center to go ahead and grab some Corphish and catch up on experience a little bit, but they were already taken. That's okay. Since I was already on this side of the field, I figured I would, go through the grass and see if I can sneak in a score. Thankfully, Chansey distracted that Snorlax, so I had the opportunity. With Hoopa and Snorlax coming back right when I finished the score, chances of, escaping back to base were slim, and it just didn't work out, but that's okay, at least I got a score in. As I got back into things, we caught this Cinderace overextending themselves and trying to take our farm, which, was normally a smart play, but with a Haunter here, it just led to their, swift demise. Which, in turn, gave me enough experience to level up and get Petal Dance. Thank you, Cinderace. Speaking of overextending oneself, I do that right here, and this Cinderace would have had me dead to rights, but they decided to feed their Audino addiction instead. I mean, I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, but that was for sure the wrong play.
Nope.
With the Dreadnought taken care of, it was time to head to top, gather some of that B farm and try and take that Rotom, but the enemy was putting up a fight here, so it was a real struggle. As Rotom got low, the enemy started pushing in, so I just popped a Hail Mary Petal Dance to see if I could get the last hit in. It didn't work out, but that's alright. With our top goal destroyed, we gained access to the Audinos on the side, which granted us vital experience to keep us well leveled as the match went on. You can see my teammates getting the farm here in the corner. As I popped back into the match, our Absol noticed a Garchomp where he shouldn't be. So, naturally our entire team jumped on this over-ambitious little shark man. He tried to pop his Unite move to survive, but, 4v1, nothing was going to save him from the slaughter. Just a little bit of recognition for a really good teammate. This battle that's about to happen would not have gone nearly as well as it did without massive support from Blissey. I tried to chase down this Snorlax, but they did save themselves with a yawn. Nice play, Snorlax. I probably could have still chased them down, but I figured it was just a better and safer play to go ahead and focus on this Dreadnought while they were away. For those of you who are familiar with the game, you know that Hoopa Portal means death. I was doing pretty well sustaining myself, but the moment I got crowd controlled and couldn't use my Giga Drain to heal, I was done for. As I get up to the jump pad, I see those funny little red arrows that forebode the coming of Rotom. I do my best to defend the top path, and I think I do a pretty good job. I mean, I do get Cinderace to retreat at the cost of one of my allies, may they rest in peace, but this Ninetales is pretty tricky to handle. I was doing alright, but they used their Unite move, and there's just nothing I can do against that. There goes the top base. That's alright, we can still work with this. As I lay dead, I notice, oh shit, Zapdos is on his way, and I am under-leveled. Only level 12 out of 13. 13 is that golden level where you get the upgrade to your second ability. So all that was left to do was to grind.
The final stretch! You're in front of goal!
Now this fight here is pretty gnarly, but overall I wouldn't necessarily say we came out on top. Now one would think after such a crushing defeat I would surrender, but no. Even if we lost Zapdos and we are behind in points, I still saw an opportunity to win the game. Rushing back into the heat of battle, my allies and I wrecked this ambitious little Sharkman again, paving our path to redemption in blood.
Don't give up!
In hindsight, I should have let Gengar score here, but I wasn't focusing on the amount of points our allies had at the time. It's just something to keep in mind in the future. Speaking of scoring, I stayed around a little bit longer even though I'd already scored to help this Gengar score. If you didn't know, having allies on the base allows you to score faster, which probably let this Gengar get that 50-point score. And that, my friends, is why you don't surrender a match early. This has been a fun game, but, yeah, that's really all the content I got for you. So, I don't know, like, subscribe if you want to. Perhaps leave a like. Have a nice day. Deuces.